Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face and my card making space and a STAMPtember related video. Throughout the month of September, Simon Says Stamp partners with a ton of crafty brands to release limited edition exclusive collabs. And I've done, a whole bunch of videos this month. There's still more coming. They also release some limited edition kits. Now, I already did a video unboxing and making cards with the limited edition Halloween kit. And I'll have that linked in the end screen at the end of this video if you missed it or want to check it out. And these kits are not part of the monthly subscription. These are one-time purchases because they're larger kits with more products, higher price point, etc. So that one's already come out. And as of this video going live, another limited edition kit will go live. I'm saying it's sort of STAMPtember adjacent because I don't have the kit, so I will not be unboxing it. Apologies. Me being in Canada and just whatever decisions being made, I wasn't sent the kit, but I had the stamp set. And Heidi, the owner at Simon Says Stamp, when she was doing a live, she sneak peeked the kit and I recognized the set and I was like, I have that because they include it sometimes. Anyway, I had it. It was sent to me with some other product that's coming out later. So I have the stamp set. I have the coordinating die set, which I also assume, I'm pretty sure it won't be part of the kit, but it'll be an additional, like an add-on you can, purchase separately, whatever. So I will link to the kit. I've seen sneak peeks of it. Simon has posted a couple sneak peeks already. So it looks super cute. So I'll have a link to the kit. You can check it out. Looks adorable. And then the stamp set, the die set, and then the other things I used to make my card. All of that will be in the description box below the video. My links are affiliate links. That just means that if you click on one of my links, end up placing an order, I get a little kickback from that at no extra cost to you. It is what helps pay the bills and keeps the channel going. And I think that was all the housekeeping I wanted to discuss. Pretty sure. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what all is in the kit. Like I said, I saw a few little sneak peeks and things, but it's always fun to see. And I'm sure, like Simon Says Stamp, they'll have an unboxing like on their own channel showing like all the products in detail. But the stamp set is adorable. It is, it's called Warm Heart. It's super cute. So we're going to do some coloring, some die cutting, and make some cute little cards. So I'm also going to include this as part of my holiday card series. That's that I knew. Okay. That's what I was trying to remember. That's where I was like the housekeeping. Just like most of other kits, regardless of whether they're limited edition or the monthly kits from Simon Says Stamp, most of the time, the stamps and the dies, like a lot of the basic products, are available after the fact, especially the Simon brand products. Those are not limited edition. They're included as just part of the line. They might be featured in future releases. That's how I got the stamp set. So yeah, there's not, it's not a one and done like the collaborations that are limited edition. So hopefully that makes sense. All, the stamp set I'm using will be available separately, and I'll have a link to it along with the die set, etc. So then, yeah, I'm going to include this as part of my 2024 holiday card series, like officially. I have been including in that playlist some of the STAMPtember collab ones, more so just for inspiration and ideas, because obviously those sets, they're one and done. Once they're gone, they're gone. But this will be officially part of it, because I like to add, I just like to see the numbers go up as I keep adding to my series. I'll have that linked as well in the end screen. And we'll keep adding to it as I get more holiday cards made. So, okay, now I'm done with the housekeeping. Let's get into making the cards. Apologies for such a long, rambly intro. It just took me a minute to get there. Had a lot to say. Anyway, this is the Warm Heart stamp set. And it's so cute. So cute. It was really hard to like narrow down which little characters and whatnot to use. So I was like, I'll stamp, more of them and I'll make a couple of cards. So I am stamping the images onto some Simon Says Stamp smooth white 120 pound cardstock with Simon's Intense Black ink, which is an alcohol marker friendly ink. Ink these up and stamp a couple times, make sure I get all the detail. And then to color them in, I'm going to use my Olo markers, which have definitely got a good workout this past month, which has been nice. Like the more, you know, more use I get out of them, the better. I will also include that in the end screen, my Olo markers playlist, where I've got a good amount of videos using this. Obviously, any alcohol markers would work. These would also look really cute watercolored. I just, like always, I don't have hours in a day to do all the things. So I super sped this up in post. So I don't color this quickly, like not even close, but it's pretty basic, pretty simple coloring. The bulk of the coloring was the penguins here, like doing all these cool grays on their, like the bulk of their bodies. And just a random side note, reminder with the Olo markers, they're meant to be connected. This is a half marker, and this is just how I've been using them. This is working for me for now. Eventually I will connect them. I'm just holding out, hoping that they will release fine tips, and then that I would connect them to my markers. So I would have a brush tip on one end, a fine tip on the other. That would be perfection, but we shall see what happens with all that. For now, I'm just coloring with them as is, and it works for me. So I worked my way around. I did a very, very pale yellow on the white areas of the penguins. I find that when I have multiple white parts that are different, like, you know, in this case, it's like I have the snowman and then I have the white parts of the penguins, or, you know, you have snowman and then you have snow and just different things, or like a polar bear and a snowman and penguins. Having just that different little shade just kind of differentiates between the white areas. So for the snowman, I used a very, very pale blue. You know, it just mixes it up a little bit, gives it that little extra something. And then once I was done my coloring, I took my white gel pen, used the white gel pen to kind of cover any little mistakes, like me going outside the lines, things like that. And then I just added all my little dots and highlights, just wherever I thought they would look cute, just to finish everything off. And then I die cut them with the coordinating wafer dies, set them aside, and I grabbed just a scrap of black cardstock. I'm going to use my anti-static powder tool on it just to prevent the embossing powder from clinging to anything other than the stamped sentiments. And I'm stamping the sentiments with clear embossing ink. I'm going to cover these with some detail white embossing powder, tap off the excess, get my heat tool warmed up. Apologies, my camera sometimes freaks out when it's like not sure what it's supposed to focus on. So melted that with my heat tool till everything was smooth and shiny and melted. And then I took my microfiber cloth and removed that excess anti-static powder, because especially on black cardstock, it's not pretty. It does the job, but then you got to get rid of it. So microfiber cloth for the win. And then the snowflake frame wafer die. I've had this for a while. I've used this a lot. I love it. I actually used it in one of my STAMPtember videos earlier this month. It's a favorite. So I die cut it from some like lavender cardstock. And then I die cut some white cardstock, same smooth white cardstock, with one of the Simon Says Stamp basic rectangle wafer dies. And then in the stamp set, there's a couple little like snowflake images. So I just stuck those to an acrylic block, and I'm inking them up and stamping them with Simon's lilac positively saturated ink, and inking it up and stamping it twice. So you get the first generation and then the second generation, which is lighter. So it's just a fun way to get basically different shades with one ink pad. And I'm kind of just stamping them here and there on these rectangles with the characters I plan on putting on there. So it just kind of gives me a visual, you know, because there's no point stamping them where they're not going to be seen. Or I would stamp the first like generation of the stamp behind where the characters are going to be, so I could stamp the second generation where I wanted it. Hopefully that makes sense. So just to kind of add to my little scene and just add little purple snowflakes. Why not? So did all of the stamping. My card bases are A2 white note cards, and I'm going to put the card bases into my MISTI and then stamp a couple of the images from the set just to kind of finish them off. So I'll use the same image that I'm going to adhere onto the front of the card, and I stamp those with that lilac positively saturated ink, and then took a sentiment from the set, and that I'm going to stamp with just some Nocturne ink. And I'll do the same thing to the second card. And I decided to switch up the orientation. So one card will be portrait, and then one card will be landscape. So look at me mixing it up. Because a lot of times I'll do just 2 of basically the same card. Because if I've got the supplies out, why not? You know? But yeah, switch the orientation. Mind blowing, you know? Anyway, after I stamp the insides, I'm going to adhere the little snowflake frame first. So I just adhered that directly to the card front with some craft tacky glue because I wanted to add some baker's twine, as is tradition. So I had some purple and white baker's twine in my stash. So I got the frame in place first, and then I'm going to wrap the baker's twine around the card front. And then, as always, reverse tweezers for the win. These are just a must-have. Legit. Like, not just for, you know, baker's twine. I've showed it in a million videos. They're great for picking up, you know, holding on to little random die cuts, etc., etc. Like, and you do need more than one pair. I've talked about this as well. Because reverse tweezers, when I only had one, I spent more time looking for the one pair. They just walk off. And then I got a couple more pairs, so now I literally have like a handful of these things, and they all stick together. Who'd have thunk? Weird. Anyway, tied my little bow. The reverse tweezers held the knot in place, tied my bow, removed the reverse tweezers, trimmed off the excess. And then in that snowflake frame wafer die set, there's individual like snowflake wafer dies. And those I used to die cut some white glitter paper or cardstock. So these little snowflakes got a little bit of shimmer to them. And I had like figured out my layout off screen, and so some of these I'm just going to kind of tuck behind the main image. So I'm going to glue those into place first with the craft tacky glue, and then for that little rectangle I'm going to pop that up with some Big Mama foam tape. So I just stuck this to the background, and then I can press the rectangle cardstock onto that, so it'll just lift it up a little bit without creating like a whole lot of bulk. And once that's in place, I can start adhering my characters, the couple remaining glittery snowflakes, and my sentiment. So the snowflakes and the characters, I'm also just going to adhere with craft tacky glue. Just kind of tuck them in here and there. And then, yeah, see, like, aren't they cute? Those little pink ones are adorable. And so is the snowman. I love it. So get those adhered into place. And then the sentiment, I'm going to adhere with foam squares. And that's it. I didn't add any other bling. I thought there was just more than enough going on. Another option I was thinking though was like using the glossy accents on the snowman and adding glitter like I've shown in some recent videos. That would look really cute too, but honestly the only reason I ran out of time. But it's another option just to add a little bit, you know, if you want to go a little extra with the bling. But I kept these kind of simple. Simple for me. The snowflake frame makes them look more, you know, busy and involved, which I love. And that was just one die cut, which is awesome because that just makes things look, you know, more involved, like more effort was put in when, yeah, I just ran that purple cardstock through my die cut machine. So those were my cards. Super fun. Check out the kit, etc. All those things will be listed and linked along with all the other extras and whatnot I use to make these cards. That will all be in the description box below the video for those that are interested. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me, for thumbs upping and commenting. It helps a ton. I very much appreciate it. And I'll see you all very soon in the next video. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in supporting me over on Patreon, the link to that is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!